is Kenny Mean rehearsing for the upcoming production of Hello, Dolly at the North Shore Music Theater on April 13th and 14th. He is performing in a show put on by Voices of Hope. Luckily for us, tonight Kenny is joining us in the studio with his wife Diane Mean to talk about Voices of Hope and their upcoming show. Hello, Kenny. Well, hello, Diane. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So I could really do this whole show as musical theater and come up with all kinds of lines from Hello, Dolly, but I won't. But I will just say, Kenny, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You were here last year talking about Voices of Hope production of The Music Man, and now you're back to talk about this year's show. So if you could just remind our viewers what Voices of Hope is about.
Sure. Well, certainly it's very nice to be back, so thank you for having us. So Voices of Hope is a philanthropic organization that raises money for cancer research through theater. It's a group of like-minded people who wanted to do something in a way to help the cancer community, and our president and founder, Greg Chastain, had lost his mother, and he really started it wanting to do something more, and he put together a concert that did really well, and all the money got donated, and then everybody just sort of, and him in particular, really wanted to keep it going, and it's been going for quite a while now.
Since 2009, I think.
2009, yeah, was that first year.
And in that time, about how much money has been donated to cancer research?
So as of Saturday, we're really thrilled to announce that we will be making a donation to the Mass General Termeer Center for Cancer Research that will bring our donations to $1 million.
Woo, woo, that's quite a milestone.
It's incredible.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
It's very exciting.
And a lot of this money has been donated and earned through the efforts of your whole family. So, Diane, I know you've been involved with Voices of Hope since almost the beginning, and you guys have been paired together as leading man and leading lady in many productions, and your children are involved. What's that been like?
It's the best. Yeah, all three of our daughters have been on the Voices of Hope stage at one time or another. Our oldest is in college, so she hasn't been able to join us for the last couple of years, but last year for The Music Man, all the four of us, other than my oldest, Madeline and Leora, were able to join us in The Music Man, and it's just so special, to have our family as part of our extended Voices of Hope family, and also to help our girls continue the mindset of using their talents for good. We are also involved with the summer program. I'm the producer for our teen and youth summer program, where we've raised, I think, about almost $60,000 in donations for Voices of Hope through the hard work of all the kids that donate their time in the summer. So it's really fantastic.
And it's really great that you are exposing young people to musical theater. We were teasing Kenny because Hello, Dolly's so old, and he was kind of tripping over his lines. We're like, really? The show's been out forever. You don't know all the words. But, for young people, these old shows are, they're kind of relics, and it's really nice that you're exposing them to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they love it, and it's a nice way for us to be able to do things together, that our hobbies aren't taking us out of the house and away from the family, because we're all sort of involved at the same time, which is nice.
So you guys, Kenny, you're a Chelmsford police officer and a Chelmsford resident, and Diane, you are a director of operations for Talent Tech Labs. So you're both working full time, and you have your big happy family, and you're finding time to do this, as well as the whole cast of Hello, Dolly is out there putting in their time. About how much time do you guys put in for the show? Every waking moment you're not at work, right?
It's a lot. I mean, it's you figure we're rehearsing at least 3 nights a week, sort of at a minimum, depending on the part and what's going on. So it's and we started in December with auditions. So,
and I'm producing the show, so there's a lot that happens, so much that happens behind the scenes, and we have countless volunteers that are putting in so many hours. I mean, just nights, weekends, maybe even a couple of hours during the day. But yeah, there are so many hours spread across the 100+ people that are involved in the production, from backstage crew to all of the lighting and sound and the musicians and the cast, and it's extensive. It's incredible the amount of time
and
that
most
goes into
people
it.
that are involved, unfortunately, their lives have been touched by cancer, or they know someone, and so everyone has their heart in this. Is that?
Absolutely. I think, does anybody not know
Right.
somebody who's been touched by cancer, unfortunately?
Yeah.
There are some people who are touched more deeply, more intimately by it than others. We also have a lot of survivors in our group, thankfully. And we have people who've lost parents, siblings, children. But we also just have people who are really committed to being a part of the movement for the future.
Right.
Even if they personally haven't been intimately involved with it. So.
Right. So Voices of Hope, and you're really giving that hope to people. $1 million is a lot. So, Diane, you are usually on stage, and because you are the producer of Hello, Dolly, can I assume you're not on stage this
I
show?
am not on stage. I needed to take a little break.
I don't think producing is a little break.
Well, it's a different kind of.
Okay.
It's a different kind of work. I needed to give my brain a break from memorizing things. We've been going from show to show to show, and I just needed to take a little time off stage for a little bit. But you're right, producing is definitely a lot of time, but in a different way, and I really enjoy it.
All right, so let's step back in time to when you and Kenny were on stage last. We've got a clip of you guys performing a duet in The Music Man last year.
No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
So there was a lot of passion in that kiss, and because you're married, I'm sure that there was not a lot of acting there, right? You guys have been together for a very long time. You've been on stage together, but I understand that when you guys met and you were married, and there was a time you were divorced and then back together. So it's a little bit of a Dolly Levi story. So you told me a story about a director being your Dolly Levi.
Well, the director of this production and the executive artistic director of Voices of Hope, Dana Siegel, she during 2018, we were cast in Titanic, and she came up to me and wanted to make sure I was really okay with.
That's ominous.
It's a great show, but we were cast in the same production. She wanted to make sure I was really okay with working with Kenny again, and we were, and that our relationship kind of blossomed again, and we were married the next year in 2019. We got remarried.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you two are together and that you are making magic on the stage for cancer research and for Voices of Hope. And I hope that you will come back next year and tell us what you're in next year. Maybe you'll take some producing time too, and you'll be on stage. But no, it's been a delight talking to you guys, and thank you for all you're doing for our community.
Thank you so
again
much
for having us. Yeah.
And that's our show for tonight. I want to thank Bruce Magnuson, our new CTN volunteer, for bringing us the story on Ukrainian egg decorating, and Roy Early for the Voices of Hope piece. If you have any ideas for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Email at us at chelms2night@gmail.com. That's CHELMS, the number 2, NITE@gmail.com. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me.
words creeping into his conversation. Words like swell and so's your old man. Well, if so, my friends, we got trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here in River City. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. Out there in the world outside of yonder.